Hello again, everyone. How's it going today? Happy Wednesday. We are back for some more Lego building. This time we have Emma's Art School, a friend set. I believe this one is being discontinued pretty soon, but it's really nice, and it's one of those, like, the Friends designers keep showing that they're some of the best working for Lego right now. I mean, this is a really nice looking building. I love this the roof line there. It's just really nice looking. So I'm excited to build this. You got some habanero potato chips. Wow, that's spicy. Go ahead and put that away. Let's go ahead and open it up. And it has some pretty interesting interior structures as well, so I am looking forward to constructing those things. There is the sticker sheet. Put that over there for now. There is the instruction booklet. Is that everything? That is everything. All right. Please don't knock anything over. Thank you. All right. Get that out of the way. Alright, so that's 4. There's 5. 7, 2, 6, and 7. There's 3, 2, and 1. There we go. Alright. Got 7 bags. Alright. Not for people who don't know or like spice. Like me! Mind you, I got to experience a spice-loving person's foray into non-spice-loving people for the first time. Trader Joe's has some really good orange chicken. It's got a little bit of a bite to it. Like, I wouldn't call it spicy, but it does have a bite to it. But it's also something that, like, initially it's like, ooh. And then, like, for the rest of it, it's like the first bite is like that, and then the rest of it is just, you know, yum, 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 chow down. My niece was like, yeah, that's too spicy for me, and I'm like, I just like practically stared at her, or at least I would have if I hadn't been driving. Howdy, Kinshire, how's it going? Also, Sealant, I should mention that there's some excitement for you when you get around to watching the VOD for Uncharted Waters. I may have chosen poorly, and it was interesting, so. I look forward to your comments on that. You were wondering how the exploration went. It went. It went. Alright, so let's go through that. Alright, let's make the mini dolls. Okay. Let's just say I had an interesting experience with storms. A very interesting experience with storms. It's very rubbery hair here. There we go. She's wearing, she's holding a tablet, I think. There we go. I did not. I did not buy that. So it's going to be a good question as to whether I can find that before going back, because that'll be interesting. Actually, I should show that character off in a second. And this is a, I like this, this hairpiece with its very long ponytail. I really like that one. Alright, so here are the two characters. Two mini dolls. Let's let the camera focus. Come on, focus. Alright, fine. Get right up. There we go. Now it's focusing. So one wearing pants, one wearing a skirt, and nice hair pieces on both of them. Like this, the Friends sets always present me with a problem of I don't really want the mini dolls, but I want the hair pieces and hats and stuff, so I would have a hard time selling them. And a magenta bicycle. You've been having fun causing chaos in Crusader Kings 2? See, I always like to bring order. And by bringing order, I mean bring everyone under my benevolent, if iron fist. There's a little ridge there, and I do not remember that being there. I will have to compare that to some of my other Lego bicycles one of these days. That stud also used to be solid. Very early on. I think it changed to hollow pretty quickly, though. Benevolent, more like benevolent. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Can't make mistakes if there's just one way to be. Exactly. There you go. Then we have a bicycle helmet. I actually have a paler dark pink bicycle somewhere. At least one. Alright, a couple easels. Get the pair of 2x4s. Dark blue 1x2 plates. And the 1x2 tiles with top bars. I mean, to be fair, some people did learn what happens when they make a mistake, and by make a mistake, I mean not accept the truth of true Tengri. And it did create some beautiful, if temporary, music. There we go. There's the easels, and we got. I assume these are supposed to be the paint palettes on the floor. I don't know. Howdy, Lord Canis. How's it going? What's the difference between Old Tengri and New Tengri? Well, we have a book now. Alright, and some stickers would be going on here. We got these two paintings there. And we have brown paintbrushes with green paint on them. There we go. And for the other one, there we go. That is, of course, one of my favorite situations in Crusader Kings 2 as well. Alright. Azure 2x2 curve slope. Get some sort of drink bottle in lime green with a top. 1x6 beige tile. 1x6 beige brick. You're doing good. Did a dungeon crawl Conan Exiles. May have released Dagon upon the world after getting many of his wayward, disobedient children. Well, I mean, you know, it's not truly your fault, right? There is a 6x10 plate. It's trying to keep your vassals from inheriting or getting stuff they don't need. Yeah, that's always been my biggest issue, is trying to keep nice, clean internal borders, and then you get some jerk who decides to, like, marry everyone under the sun and accumulate tons and tons of titles. It's one of the reasons why I usually give titles to unlanded people who have no families. Like generating people, and then, you know, who have, like, low-born people, and then giving them titles. They have no family to inherit those things. Now, the downside is that sometimes they don't have kids. Usually that means that I then re-inherit the, It's you, you're the jerk. You got CK3 for free from a friend, but haven't dug into it hard. Yeah, I don't know. I've talked about my feelings on CK3. I wanted it to be different than it was, I think I would say. White 1x6 plate here, and a black 1x1 plate there. But yeah, low-born people who have no house, they're great to give titles to, especially ones that are, like, directly beneath you and stuff like that, so that they don't get inherited by their lords and stuff. Alright, and we got a couple of these rings with clips. That makes a little bike rack here. That's kind of neat. I like that. Conquered much of the Balkans with a Norse dude, kept putting Norse people in charge of areas, and they betrayed you. They didn't convert the holdings, they just converted to Greek. Yeah, sometimes that happens. If you go with people who have high stewardship, that tends to work better. You can get Balm and Goa. That's in... Is that in India? Yeah, alright. Well, I'll give it a shot. Since I'm looking for some place to sell my olive oil. Stupid people not wanting olive oil at a higher price. Alright, get a little bit of yellow tiling right here in front of the double doors. These are interesting double doors, with because they're 3 wide, so they don't fit in the 4 wide door frames. Pope in your CK2 game keeps calling crusades, but then keeps canceling them because of lack of power on his side. Yep, that'll happen. Especially as like Catholicism gets weaker and weaker. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I know that place now. Mainly from EU4. Alright, flip it around, get this nice light blue 2x4 tile there on the inside. So is it the Cathar Pope that keeps calling it, or is it the Catholic Pope? Right, brown, a 2x6 there. 1x6 brick over here. Catholic Pope, yep. Yep. Yeah, there just aren't enough people, and that doesn't change the mechanic for calling a crusade. There's another 1x6 here. And get the 4x6 right under there. And another 1x6 tile here. Alright, light blue 1x2 and a 2x4. So, Sealan, do I have to use the balm when a storm comes up? Because sometimes it comes up so fast that you really don't have time to do anything. As I discovered multiple times. He calls a crusade against the Cathars, and every Cathar joins the defending kingdom, including you, which bumps the defense to like 400%. Yeah, yeah. It's ever hopeful, ever hopeful. Alright, around the front we get black inverted arches. As soon as either a mate warns you or the storm hits, immediately go into the item menu and use one, the storm will go away. But it uses up the item. It uses up the item. Yeah, that would not have worked well on the trip. You'll see. You'll see. Yeah, but then if I have to go back to Goa to get one, to get more. As soon as you're able, you're going to take England. Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine that would. All right, so we got these two light azure plates. Oh, I'm just saying. I'm just saying that wouldn't have made much difference, Sealan. You'll see. No, it seems reasonable to get more. I agree, but to get them. But howdy, Preskitch. Who is Emma, and why does she have an art school? Well, that would require me to pay attention to the actual storyline of LEGO Friends. And I just like building the sets. I don't really care about the characters and stuff like that. There we go. Get that right in there. Well, I'm not sure how long it's supposed to take you to get around Africa, sans storms, but it did take me 4 months. Give or take. Thought you might be important from something. I mean, I think it's one of the important characters from Friends, but I also don't know Friends, so... Mind you, it's like the storyline of Friends is more, I don't want to say soap opera-y, but it's like everyday life-y kind of thing. Rather than like some sort of epic storyline. Yeah, rather slow. Yeah. Yeah. It was basically hug the coast. Oh, I hear the music has stopped. Immediately press the button so that I can weigh anchor on the coast and not immediately sink. Yes, Lego Friends, the Lego franchise, not the old sitcom. Has nothing to do with the old sitcom. All right, next up, we get the 2x2 cylinder tiles with center studs. If you have lumber on board, you can repair when anchored too. Yeah, I mean, I didn't take any damage, but I have been stocking up on lumber. There were a couple spots of, hey, here's a merchant. I might as well attack them. And then immediately afterwards, getting a storm before I could get into shore, and it just murdering me. So here's a fun thing. So these bushes, we're going to be making some bushes with these pieces. Oops, don't go flying. It's a hairpiece. Originally a hairpiece for a clown. But it makes a good afro, mind you, in green. And they're using them as bushes. I like that they're using them as bushes. There's an upcoming Disney set, Peter Pan kind of vignette type thing with some minifigs and like microscale buildings because they're supposed to be flying by. And again, they're using some, I don't remember what hair pieces they're using, but they're using hair pieces for bushes again. Alright, so spare parts. We got 1x1 plate in black, 1x1 cylinder plate in trans yellow, 1x1 quarter cylinder tile in yellow, 1x1 cylinder tile in dark pink and nougat, 1x1 cylinder tile in white with a top peg, and a paintbrush in brown with a green tip. Alright, and we have these nice little inset decorated elements beneath the what soon will be windows. Alright, so bag number 2. Well, there could be rebellions, Bahamut. Let's put the plates to the side. Get those pieces out of there. There we go. You did see I found a village when you peeked in while waiting for a radio to update. Any good discoveries? We found armadillos in Africa. So that was exciting. Little out of place, but who's complaining? We found mandrills. We found Diaz's Pillar in South Africa, and Great Zimbabwe in South Africa as well. And we found papyrus. I believe those are our discoveries. The rare African armadillo, yeah. There we go. Here is another Friends figure. Interesting shirt print. Little sweatshirt with a hood. Mandrills were on the wrong side of the continent. Yeah, Great Zimbabwe we discovered all the way down south. It was a I think there's someone in Bordeaux you can sell the discoveries to for gold. Alright. I will keep that in mind. Alright, so let's start out with light gray 1x1 cylinder tiles. Then I need dark gray. Make some little loose stones here. And then nougat. I think this is dark nougat. Creamy nougat centering. There we go. Guess the game was, before they figured out it was just an old Islamic fort. The other one is in Lisbon. Catalina in a Portuguese port is just a bad idea. That's fair. That's fair. Wouldn't want to go meet any of those Lisboners anyway. Alright, gray 4x4 plate there. Start making our tree. Got a 2x2 tile with a top Technic pin and a Technic pin connector. And an ornate 1x4x2 fence piece. And a plain ol' 1x2x2 window. And I know these 1x3s with 2 center studs go on there. Oh, look. Got that already. Alright. Orange leaf there. Orange leaf over here. And a yellow leaf right over here. The irony would be appreciable since it's Duke Franco you sell them to. That would be great. That'd be hilarious if you could do that. 1x1x3. And howdy, Big Mac, how's it going? Alright, 1x2x3 windows with window panes. Those are all the short ones. There we go. What's awesome right now is in CK2, all the hospitals in the 2 duchies you personally own are at max hospital power. Nice. Nice. Yeah, unfortunately, when I got hit with the Black Plague, I only had the 1 maxed out. Everything else was, like, almost maxed out. So I'd be really curious to see what happens, like, if that can hold it off. But then again, I think you already had the bubonic plague, didn't you? Alright, 1x2x2 in sand green. Some more stickers would go on those. You don't know if the game would allow that or ignore it or what? You've never actually tried it since Catalina doesn't really need the adventuring XP? That's fair. Alright, 1x6 plate. 2 1x4 plates. 1x1 brick. And a corner half offset arch element, which are pretty neat pieces, so it's nice to get more of those. And that goes right on there. Let's see. Get 1x1 bricks on top of that, and a 1x2 inverted slope. The hospitals that were 1 level below, it slowed it down by some months, and the max hospital in your capital couldn't hold it off because it was surrounded. Yeah. How long did it hold it off for, though? I think it held it off for a couple months. See, when that happened to me, it held it off for I think 3 months, 4 months maybe, long enough for it to start abating everywhere else, and then it hit me, and it was just like, oh, come on. It was very rude. It was very, very rude. Alright, then 1x2 rail plates. Wouldn't holding off the plague delay urbanization and technological progress? Not in CK2. So the interesting thing about the plague is that, like, the standard of living for everyone who survived went way up because so many people had choices on what to do, but then it dropped back down to where it had been before once the population numbers rebounded. So it was very, very temporary. I got you when it was leaving most of the Byzantine Empire, yeah. Alright. Yeah, I mean, so because the standard of living went up, people had more money. They could afford to have more kids and stuff like that. There we go. Get that right there. Get the windows in here. Vibe on that phrase in Victoria 3. I have not tried out Victoria 3 at all yet. I thought I might when it was like first announced, but I just didn't. I don't know. All right, let's see. We've got turquoise 2x2 plate, black. Nope, that's white. Black 1x2 brick. Turquoise a 1x2 plate. We get a pearl silver 1x2 grill tile. And 2 headlight bricks in black. There we go. And a yellow 1x1 cylinder plate right there. Turn this around to get this on the inside. There we go. Alright. A pair of clear 1x2 3-wall panel pieces. Yellow mug. And a dark pink mug. I think this is like a coffee maker kind of thing. Beige 1x1x5 bricks. Alright, we have a printed 1x2 chocolate bar tile. which is pretty neat. I like those tiles. Slide that into the little tray and get a croissant in the other side. There we go. I've heard if you have enough maxed out hospitals, you can slow it down to the point where it never reaches you. Yeah, I mean, because the way it works for getting into your territory is based on, like, like, for each county that's touching a county without it, there's a chance for it to get in, kind of thing. The fewer counties there are that, you know, that touch your county that have the plague, then the less chance, the lower the chances to come in. So they get a few thousand, or if the Ching 100,000 rebels a week. They never go away except die. Oh, as a mechanic where you get unhappy, rebellious people through various means, like making an unfavorable government, but one is from standard of living decreases. You could have dragged them up from 12 to 18.4, but it slips to 18.3. Suddenly you get a few thousand. Yeah. I mean, that's probably a proportional issue that they need to work on. But at the same time, like, it's not exactly rebellions, but, I mean, we had a temporary boost in inflation. It's already going away, and there's, you know, are people going to think about the fact that inflation is now going away and that it was pandemic-related? Or are they going to just think, oh, inflation, things are more expensive now? You know, are they going to take into account the fact that there's been a dramatic decrease in get out, thank you. Income inequality? You know, probably not. Probably not. Bad things are more noticeable than good things, kind of thing. You know? Now we've got a pair of lockers here, and those will fit right in there. Covering up some of the window. Oops. Which seems silly. Clearly this building was not designed to have those lockers there. It's a converted building. Get out there. Get out of there. There we go. Alright, white 1x2. And light azure 1x2 panel with 3 walls. And a blue tap. Capital has like 5 or 6 counties touching it, so once it was surrounded by plague, the disease resistance of your capital couldn't hold. Yeah. Where's your capital? Alright, we have our magenta 1x4x6 frames right there. It's in Toulouse. Ah, gotcha. And another 1x6 beige tile there. Gray 1x3, 1x2, 1x3, 1x2. Alright, white 2x6 and a blue 1x6. Get those up above the door. The only safe place from plague is Iceland. And get the 1x8 there, and then 1x3, 1x2 again. 1x3, 1x2. All right. And that is that bag. Well, not quite. All right. We have the 6x10 plate here. And 6x12 plate here. There we go. All right, extra pieces. We have, actually, let me double check this. No, that is not an extra piece. Where are you on the outside? You are right over here. There we go. All right, extra pieces. We've got 1x1 cylinder tiles in gray and dark gray, 1x1 cylinder plate in yellow, a red roller skate, and a blue tap. All right. So looking pretty nice out front so far. I do like the this design with this little offset. Kind of surprised that they didn't use offset tiles here, but it's not a big deal. Hope that when Plague starts the CK2, one or more of your counties in your duchy has immunity to Plague. As it randomly generates places that will never have Plague. Oh, it does it. I was not aware of that. Alright, let's scroll back down. There we go. Bag number 3. There we go. And then pour out the smaller bags. Had that happen once in your playthrough where a Foy had that plague immunity and you moved your capital there. How were you able to tell? Did you, like, go into the debug mode? Because I don't recall anything saying that. I should clearly just apply it with debug mode. Alright, white 4x8 half cylinder, and we get 2 gray 2x4s. The Plague map mode will tell you. Oh. I'll have to look at that again next time I play. Alright, dark pink. 1x2 plates, and 1x1 quarter cylinder tiles. Alright. 2x3 light azure tiles there, and a white 1x4 plate. There we go. Also, 1x1 plate, and 1x1 plate, and 1x1s to 1x2 upward brackets. It'll tell you the chance of a plague entering a county when there's a county that has plague is touching. Ah, okay. I think Vic 3 warfare is wonky when you can call the Opium War with Britain by just building about a dozen more ships. Of course, you can also just stop it from happening by sucking up to them and trading as much as you can with them, too. Alright. Beige 1x2 bricks. One by 2 plates. And 2 1x2 to 2x2 upward brackets. Where is the other one? There it is. Alright. Black 2x4 and 1x2 brick with Technic holes. And 2 Technic friction pins in black. There we go. White 1x1 bricks to either side. Alright, a red angle connector, Technic connector, and a yellow axle connector. Right there. Get that there at an angle. And then dark gray angle connector with pin. So the red one had an axle on the end, and this one has a pin. And then we get the pin connector. There we go. What's funny, though, is that because you started as Cathar, you ended up with no notices from the Pope trying to get people not to do certain events during the Plague in the game. Alright. Go ahead and get that right there. Alright, light blue. 1x2, 1x2 brick, 1x2 plate, and a 2x2 curved slope. There we go. Alright, and this will get right there on the front. There we go. Alright, flip it around again. White 1x2 bricks. A light azure 2x2 tile with center stud. Get the turntable top part and put it on the bottom. Get that centered right there. There we go. Alright, 1x1 beige bricks. Alright. Seafoam green, aqua. 1x1 by 1 and 2 plates, and a 2 light lime green 1x1 cylinder tiles with top studs. We get a little purple bow just sitting right in there, attached in there, and a blue 1x1 cylinder tile on top there. There we go. Yeah, heresies can replace the primary religions in, I believe, both CK2 and CK3. It has various effects, but like Bahamut's saying, Cathar never has a pope, so they can never call crusades. You can still do holy wars, though. Alright, we get a light pink 5-petal flower right on there. And a bright orange bow right there. There we go. Get that on that side. Uh, 3L bar and a Friends torso. Just get that right in the center. There is nothing that positions it, so you got to just kind of guess where the center is, and that's going to be very wobbly. That is interesting to do with that, and it's basically a like a mannequin torso model. You can get some kind of neat. It's an interesting outfit design. Kind of a bit of abstract art design to it. That's kind of neat. There we go. You can holy war against Catholics as a heresy. Oh, yeah. The thing that always disappointed me is that you can't holy war against Orthodox or its heresies. And it's like, man, they're the wrong they're the wrong Christianity. Why can't I do that? There we go. Get an arch on that side, get an arch on the other. See, that's why I like being Jewish, because you can basically holy war everyone. It's pretty fantastic. And you get some absolutely delicious boosts to your income if you're on the Silk Road. Schism was a time for that? I don't care. I don't care. I demand to be able to do what I want. Alright, get a white 1x1 capital element. A beige 1x1 brick. 1x1 plate. One by one side stud element. And let's see. 1x1 cylinder tile with a top peg. 2 candlesticks. White 1x1 plate with a clip. And then another capital element. There we go. And that goes on right there. But you start as an OPM? What? For Jewish? No, you just have to hope that someone pops into your court that will allow you to convert to Judaism. Like, if you get someone in your court who's Jewish, you just, like, really friend them up. You butter them up to be your friend. And then you'll have a chance, you may have a chance to convert to their religion. That's how I did it in my AuldDragon campaign. Like, I did not know what I was going to do to conquer everything in AuldDragon. But then I got that opportunity to convert to Judaism. I was pretty strong at that point. So it was, I mean, I was reasonably strong for the area. And it worked pretty well. You don't want to start as the U.S. Office of Personnel Management, though? It sounds like a terrible CK2 campaign. I don't know. I think that's pretty great. Just think of all the stuff you could do. You know, you could look at something that's clearly illegal and be like, nah, it's fine. That's what you do. Give the Jewish folks their space territories, reform your pagan faith to be syncretic with them because you're not a jerk, and go from there. Well, I mean, I don't know about that whole not a jerk part. I did conquer the entire world. Yeah, especially that powerhouse down in Africa, Ireland. That part was also fun, like, because by the time I was getting into the western parts of the map, there was a very, very powerful empire. I don't remember what empire it was originally, but they had Africa conquered, and it was held by the Kingdom of Ireland. It was great. I don't have to be Orthodox, not a rogue AI. I don't have to keep kosher. It's fine. Also, I goofed up there. Let's get these flowers set up properly. There we go. Yeah, I mean, it like, no matter what I converted to that was widespread at the time, it was a big question as to how I was going to be able to, like, you know, like, how was I going to conquer some of these regions? And then the game was just like, here, try being Jewish. And I was like, sounds good to me. That lets me holy war against everyone. And then I eventually got the Ark of the Covenant. Oh, it was so good. It's one of my favorite campaigns. It really was. It's so good. Here, try being Jewish. Sounds good to me. We need a quote bot. Yeah, I know. Oh, I have not looked too much into setting one up because I don't know how to do it. But yes, I would love to have a quote bot. There we go. Got our window panels in there. We got a magenta one. I suppose I should turn this around so that I'm actually looking at it in the same direction as the instructions. Alright. Let's make another pair of window brackets. CK3, you think you can play the Ethiopian Jews? Yeah, you can do that in CK2 as well. It's extraordinarily difficult to do so. But man, I was making so much money in that campaign. I think it was just like casually building wonders. It was just like, yeah, you know what? It's more expensive, but why don't I build a second harbor somewhere? I was like building the lighthouses and the harbors for my merchant republics and stuff like that to get more money. Oh, it was beautiful. It was beautiful. I was just making money hand over fist. So good. There were Pictish and Buddha on... someone got confused about how that happened, and someone was like, time traveler kicking rock, changing things. Yeah, and there's also like the big thing in CK2 is essentially the Islam eventually conquers that region. So I like using the car fender pieces as these window arches. Looks really nice, and especially with the color underneath it. Really does look good. And also, all right, you two pieces keep falling out, so you just go sit up there. You haven't done a CK2 campaign in a long time. You think the last one you did play around with the console commands to create super characters? Oh yeah, that's also fun. I like doing that of just being like, you know what? I've never actually gotten the immortal thing to work, so I'm just gonna be immortal. Console command up being immortal. That's when I'm just like messing around. There we go. Got some curved window elements, which are pretty cool. Person who owned Badajoz was Jewish and had been doing exceptionally well until they were conquered by Castile. Yeah, I mean, you'll occasionally get other... Because of the friendship events that came with Way of Life, you can basically get other people... Like, you can get other religions popping up in various places just because of travelers and friendship and stuff like that. Alright. Next up, a 4x8 half-cylinder plate. One by 4, 1x4, and 2 1x1s. And a 1x8 tile right there. There we go. Alright, so that is going to wrap us up with bag 3. Alright, so extra parts. We have 2 pink flower elements. 1 bright orange and 1 purple bow element. 1x1 cylinder tile in blue. 1x1 cylinder tile with the top peg in bright lime green. 1x1 quarter cylinder tile in dark pink. 1x1 flower plates in coral and green. 1x1 plate in beige. A white 3L bar. And a black Technic friction pin. Very nice. Toss those in there. Alright, so we will be jumping into bag number 4 momentarily. But first, it is time for a little bit of a minifig action. Let's go ahead and get out our sheets, just like the gas station. Alright, so Series 17... There we go. Series 19, I'm sorry. This one is 19, the other one is 17. Alright. Let's see. What do we want to go with? Let's go with this one back here. There we go. Alright, let's start a prediction. Can all guess what is inside the minifig pack? Alright, so we have not gotten... We did get the gamer last time. We have not gotten the Monkey King. We have not gotten the Fire Chief Lady. We have not gotten the Fox Lady. So go ahead and get your predictions in, and you can go ahead and guess what we're going to get as well. Confirmed tornado at O'Hare Airport. Wow. Yeah, I saw that like the Atlantic Ocean around Florida is getting up to 90 degrees surface temperature. That's just ridiculous. Like, it is shocking that that can get that warm. And that's going to make... That is going to make for some just absolutely bonkers hurricanes. Seems safe, no consequences to that at all. Yeah, no, it's fine. I saw my the Washington Post has a capital weather group that basically is just like weather for the newspaper and stuff like that, and they they tweet out weather updates and things like that. And they tweeted out an article about this June is the hottest on record, period. And it's likely that this year is going to be the hottest on record, period. And considering that it's hotter now than it has been in recent human history, and we actually had an ice age not that long ago, geologic times period on a geologic time scale. They said it's likely the hottest it's been in 100,000 years. And oh my God, do not look at the comments to that. One of them was like, "It's July," as if that makes up for it being the hottest ever. Anyway, predictions are closed. Let's go ahead and get the timer ready. Let's see. There it is. Okay. And go. Alright, what do we got? That is a big piece. What is... Okay. 10.66. Pretty quick. And also, I'm pretty sure that Jeff Bezos would want it to be cooler because he runs Amazon, and Amazon has lots of cloud servers. They kind of need it to be cool. But we have the rainbow bear, the pride bear. He is a very prideful bear. You want to make Mars habitable so Ald and friends can take it and form the Empire of Ald and stay away from the madness of Earth. I mean, the funny thing is that we're basically doing here what we need to do on Mars. And that is correct. All right, so that was 10.66. So let's choose that prediction. Choose the Alds, choose within 20 seconds. And how are we doing? Seal and Mortar and a Bahamut Zero getting the hams there. Not a huge payout, but a payout nonetheless. Lord Canis going for 20 to 50, and no one going for 50 to 60 or no. Wow. Wow. All whopping 3 people putting down some hams there. So congratulations, Lord Canis, being the sole distributor of hams there. All right, let's go make our happy bear. He's gonna be very happy there. There we go. So this is the coral pink color. Now, my one complaint about this figure is that the arms, like, you don't have the matching arms, so you can't, like, swap the you know, and legs too. The arms and legs, you can't swap those out to get a another torso with matching arms. It's always my complaint about any time Lego does left-right things that don't match, like when they have car doors or wedge plates, and there's left and right, and there's only you only get one, like the left or the right ones. It's very annoying. Looks like sherbet, yeah. Taste the rainbow indeed. Got roughly 300 hams. Oh yeah. All right, so we have gotten that one before. Oh, and we have an extra coral heart tile, 1x1 heart tile. Heart. Okay, and Disney 100. All right, let's go with that one. Then go ahead and start the prediction. Can all guess what is inside the minifig pack, and go ahead and guess which one we are actually going to get. Get nothing if you get it right, but, you know, it's fun. All right, so we are done with Oswald. We are done with that kid from Coco. We are done with Cruella de Vil. We are done with Pocahontas and the Evil Queen. We have not gotten Stitch. We have not gotten Mulan. We have not gotten Dr. Facilier, Jiminy Cricket, or Mickey from Fantasia. All right, so about a minute 20 to go. Get your predictions in. But it's yummy and full of vitamins. Oh man, I haven't had Skittles in a while. I should get some. No AuldDragon care package in the mail filled with honey-baked ham and cheesy potatoes. Ham. It becomes easier and easier for Ald. It does. It like the when we go to a new set, like these are getting fast. I'm getting fast with these because I've been doing these for a while. But when I open up another pack, it's going to throw me, and I'm going to be having a harder time. Plus, most of the other ones that I have are the smaller bags, so and they're thicker plastic too, or foil or whatever these are made out of. All right, about 20 seconds to go. Get your last second predictions in. Can I guess what is inside the minifig pack? Big money, big prizes. You could win big by predicting. You like the sour Skittles, but only can eat so many before your mouth hurts? Man, I miss Altoid Sours. Those were so freaking delicious. I cannot believe they got discontinued. I could just like, you know, kind of thing. It was so good. Anyway, predictions are closed. So let's see what is in the minifig pack. All right, and go. All right. What do we got? Okay. All right, this is a bit of a guess. 11.36. I think we have Stitch. Let's see if I am correct. I felt a very weird feeling piece, and I think it was the torso with his arms. It's not a new piece for Stitch, but it's only been on a Star Wars figure before. Yeah, hey, there we go. All right. Okay, that is correct. 11.36. I did, in fact, feel the arms. We'll take a close look at that in a second. All right, within 20 seconds, complete the prediction. Okay, Kinshir, Bahamut Zero, getting the hams there. Very nice. Lord Canis Ab Cody going for 20 to 50. Preskitch going for 50 to 60. And Seal and Mortar going for a Hail Mary no. Just had some sour candies, but you think they're finished sour, so probably biohazard for most of the planet. So these are really interesting double arms. Stitch has gotten a minifig before. Like, this head is not new. But the arms, he just had the standard minifig arms. These were produced for a Star Wars figure. I think a couple years ago at this point. And then he has 2 laser pistol thingies. There we go. Now, they're very bizarre arms, and they have decoration on them, which does make it a little bit more difficult to use this for something else, but I don't know what else you'd use it for. But there he is with his 4 arms. Don't think you could eat them without suffering the sour? I mean, I would happily suffer the sour. All right, so that is the first of 2 stitches. Man, and I loved lemon heads. Did you ever get lemon heads? Figured the no was worth a shot. Yeah, no, I mean it's a gigantic payout. I totally get it. All right. Let's see. Man, I loved lemon heads. Watermelon sours are pretty good too, but unfortunately these days the sugar part of candy really messes with my mouth. Let's go for this one. I love eating candy, but candy does not love me eating it. All right, let's start a prediction. Can Ald guess what is inside the minifig pack? All right, so all we have left is the Surfer. That is the only one that we have left, and if I get that, then we will be going on to another set. What set will that be? That is a good question. That is a very good question. What do I actually have accessible? You used to eat lemons as happily as one would eat an orange. I never did that. I don't like the actual flavor of raw lemon and lime. Incidentally, lemons and limes are both hybrids, as are standard oranges, grapefruit. Mandarin oranges are not. Mandarin oranges are a whole individual species. I'm a hybrid. Used to love biting into lemons and limes until your chemist uncle pointed out that they had the same acidity as the compound he used to polish stainless steel. All right, 40 seconds to go. Well, when we had a really low, like earlier this month, not this month, I think it was early last month. Maybe it was late May. I don't know. We had really bad water locally. The chemical geosmin, which is what makes, like, dirt, it gives dirt its flavor, shall we say. It was extremely prevalent. So I put a lot of lemon and lime juice in my water to make that palatable. The fact they aren't good for your teeth is why your partner in crime yells at you for eating them. She tells you you need your teeth. I would agree with her. I would agree with her on that. I come from a line in that my father had very bad teeth, and I inherited his very bad teeth. My mother has excellent teeth. She's gotten like 2 or 3 cavities in her lifetime. I've had 5 root canals, so, you know, I have shitty teeth. I had a cavity along my gum line once, and I went into the doctor and was like, this is the dentist. He was like, this is unusual. I'm like, really? It is? Oh yeah, I don't see this very often. What could have caused it? Oh, brushing too hard, probably. Anyway. Let's go ahead and get going on this minifig and go. All right, let's see. What do we have? What do we have? What is that piece? Is that what I think it is? That is what I think it is. All right. 12.97. We have another Highwayman. I felt his pistol. Indeed, it is the Highwayman. So now, when the moon is a ghostly galleon, let's go ahead and get that on there. Pull that down in the front. Get his mask on. I suppose I should get a good view on his face there. Look at that angry expression he has. But yeah, I am a stickler for dental health now, and I mean, maybe not so much that I actually floss all the time, because flossing sucks, but I do work on it. And when a dental appointment is coming up, I do floss beforehand so that my my dentist is like, "Oh, you're doing an excellent job flossing." He's angry because he can't keep his sideburns under control. He might be angry because he doesn't have an actual nose to keep his bandana in place. And these are pearl dark gray pistols, which I believe this figure is the only one who's gotten them in that color. Well, hold on a second. No. No, that car also has them. Alright. It's not the only set. Slightly allergic to the toothpaste you used to use. Yeah, I think Lethal Feline had a bunch of issues, and then he changed his toothpaste, and like they all went away. Or at least a lot of them did. Stitch versus a Highwayman. I don't think that's fair for the Highwayman. So let's see. Blank torso on the backside, but I really like the... Come on, focus now. Come on, focus. You were just in focus. There we go. I really like the torso. That is a great torso. One of the worst things about chemo was that any toothpaste besides this organic stuff burned horribly and led to canker sores. Oh, wow. All right, so those are our minifigs for the night. Did not finish up any of the sets, so we are not moving on next time. But we did get a new minifig, and that is always exciting. All right, let me go ahead and put these back in the corner of my table. There we go. All right. Luckily, my family does not have a history of cancer, so, I mean, my father had leukemia, but it was mild and in remission, and that's not what killed him. So, Of course, the fact that my father had so many health problems and really, like, need to close the prediction. That's true. I do. Thank you. That was... Yeah, sometimes I get excited about building the fig, and, yeah, 12.97. So let's go ahead and choose that outcome within 20 seconds. Alright, let's see. Bahamut 0 and Kinshir getting a smidgen of hams there. Lord Canis going for 20 to 50. Breskitch going for 50 to 60. And Seal and Mortar going for no. Alright. Okay, let's get these plates over here. Get these pieces up here. Actually, let's get this back down here. And these can get up there. All right, quite a bit of dark purple in this bag. You know what? Guys, you guys get up here. Give me a little bit more space to push this back. There we go. There we go. And there we go. All right, Seal and Mortar, thank you very much for coming on out. Have a good rest of your night. You get to play with a new model radio tomorrow. Exciting! At least I hope it's exciting. I wouldn't actually know, but I'm assuming it is. Alright, get a pair of 1x2 plates on top of that. And that one has no sticker. This one would have a sticker. But, of course, I don't put stickers on. Alright, Bahamut, thank you very much for coming on out as well. Have a good rest of your night. And that goes over there. Okay. Get 2 corner plates. A 1x4 on the right. A 1x2 on the left, and then a 1x2 to a 1x4 downward bracket. I think I would have rather have seen, because this is going to leave a half plate gap between what's put on here, and I think I would have rather have seen a flush stud section. Alright, let's turn it around. Okay, first of all, we get our 2x3x2 cabinet and a couple drawers. So we have a big feather piece, and I think that this debuted with the Monkey King that's in the other minifig set that we haven't gotten yet. Let's zoom in on that a little bit. And there is an extra one, so I could actually try out what it would look like on our Highwayman. It's a little bit tall. This feels like something that would be happening if there was wind going this way kind of thing. But it's interesting. Alright, put it in there for a bit of cloth. Alright, next up. Other drawer. And let's see, a yellow 1x1 cylinder plate with hollow stud. And is that gold? Yes, that's pearl gold 1x1 cylinder plate with hollow stud. And a nougat 1x2. There it is. You get 1x2 plate. Get that back there. He's Marilyn Monroeing it. That would be kind of interesting if they did minifigs, like minifig sets with famous people. The minifig sets for the Lego Movie did have a few famous people, like Abraham Lincoln. I'm actually kind of surprised that they have not done some more, like... I mean, they've done Marvel and they've done... have they done Marvel? They've done DC minifig sets, but have they done Marvel? I actually can't recall. I haven't been super interested. I think there's... Actually, I think the next set is Marvel, now that I think about it. Yeah, the next set is Marvel. And I think those are going to be in boxes. I know of a website that maybe that's planning to just sell like a set, like a single set where you get one of each. I may do that and just kind of like mix them up so that I don't know what's what kind of thing. I don't know if I'm going to care about getting a whole batch of the Marvels. All right, we get Aqua 1x3 arch, some purple 1x1 plate, 1x1 plate there, 1x1 to 1x1 downward bracket in purple, 1x1 tile, and a 1x1 curved end plate. Get that straight. There we go. All right, on top we've got lime green 1x1 cylinder plate. That's for the thread. And on the back, 1x1 cylinder tile. And on the underside, we get a pearl silver ice skate. For a really nice sewing machine. My mother does a lot of quilting, so she would probably get a big kick out of that that sewing machine there. All right, and a stool, 1x1, 2x2 cylinder tile with center stud, 2x2 cylinder plate, and 2x2 cylinder tile right there. Get that right there. Okay, and then for this wall, we get our abstract art. This is not abstract. Maybe it is abstract. I don't know. I don't know the definition of abstract art, per se. They're coming out with a set called Modern Art. That's, you got a very, like, you make a frame, and then you've got, you assemble some pieces, and you can put them in various configurations and stuff like that to kind of make your own art. It's called Modern Art. It's a little bit more like just abstract art in a certain school. I don't know enough about it to say much more than that. But it was kind of funny that when it came out, all the people who would be buying, you know, your Space, your Star Wars are like, oh, God, this sucks. Why are they making this? No one's going to buy it. I guess it's good for a part pack. You show it to anyone who's, like, artistically inclined or likes art history and stuff like that, and they're like, oh, that's really cool. Proving that the whole point of it is to, like, market to people who may not ordinarily be buying Lego kind of thing. And it just goes to show, like, kind of the the self-centeredness you can get with some communities, and I get it because I've kind of been there before, with Lego, and being like, who's gonna buy this? Because I'm thinking as myself with my interests as opposed to interests that are not my interests. What was cool? What do you mean? Oh, the sewing machine. That's cool. I really like it. They did a good job on that. Anyway, the one of the owner of the Brickset website, who does reviews for the website, of course, he got an early release and was like, yeah, it's actually kind of fun to mess around with it. What was the thing that people thought was just good for parts? A set that's upcoming called Modern Art. Speaking of, here's our art piece that we're putting on the wall over here. There we go. So I don't like that there's this gap here. I would like to have something that it rests against. Not a fan of that. Like if you just go on Brickset and search for Modern Art, or just scroll down on the page, it's one of the recent reviews. Alright, get a 1x3 tile, 1x1 to 1x1, and 1x2 to 1x2 upward brackets. And then we get some bolts of cloth, if pieces aren't in it. There we go. So we got bolts of cloth, and we hang that right there on the wall. There's a measuring sticker on there as well. And up against the far wall, nougat 1x5 plates and 1x1 cylinder plates, cylinder bricks. But yeah, so the Modern Art set is very much like it's in a specific style. You'll look at it and you'll recognize the style even if you don't know what it is, because you'll probably have seen it before on just existing. Alright, so we get a tea kettle and a bowl in white. Get that little cabinet here. And it's basically Lego, marketing to people who don't ordinarily buy Lego. Trying to get some crossover appeal and stuff like that. And the whole bunch of Lego fans are like, this should only be for me. Lego should only be for me. I don't understand what's going on here. There we go. Get a bevel gear on the bottom. And one dark pink plate. 1x2 Technic brick. And 2 more dark pink plates. And on the other side, there we go. Take the cam offset piece, put a bevel gear on the axle end, and then an axle with ball joint for a handle. Alright. Again, another one of the elements of Lego putting in Technic elements in the Friends sets to get this, moving elements and working elements, and it's very neat. I like them that they're doing that. Going to get the Great Wave or Starry Night? I would like to. So yeah, I probably will eventually, but I just haven't yet, so. Pearl, silver, 1x1 Technic beam, and a small rock element. It's a very odd piece. I've seen it used for multiple things. Here it's used for a lump of unfinished clay, like unworked entirely. I've seen it used as like a large thing of fried food, like a fried dumpling or something. I'm not sure. And that goes right there. So basically this is a potter's wheel. So that's pretty neat. And there's some finished pieces. That's very cool. I like that. Alright, 1x8 tile, 1x8 plate. Six by 10 right there. And a 6x12 right here. Three by 6 half cylinder plate and a 1x2 in red. There we go. No, it's based on a style. And I don't know what the style is, but it's familiar. Like, I've definitely seen art in that style before. I think it's from the 60s or something like that. It is not... You are not specifically making an existing art piece, but it's in a specific style. And I think the review indicated that there was some art history stuff in the instruction booklet. So that's pretty cool. But offhand, I don't know what it is, so. Alright, extra pieces. We got 1x1 plate in purple, 1x1 tile with round end in purple, 1x1 tile in purple, 1x1 quarter cylinder tiles in bright lime green and coral, 1x1 cylinder plates with hollow studs in pearl gold, yellow, and lime green. 1x1 tile slope in black. A white bowl. A red Monkey King feather. Pearl silver 1x1 Technic beam. Pink 1x1 cylinder tile. A pearl silver ice skate, and a pearl silver pair of scissors. Those are the extra pieces for that level. Alright, bag number 5. Alright, just one small bag this time. But anyway, the idea is that you have a frame and you have elements. Like they would have like a quarter cylinder piece with tiling on it, and rounded elements and bars and triangular stuff, and you can just reconfigure it to make something that you know, like just be inspired. It's like sculpture or artwork or something like that, where you just go with the flow and make something that feels right to you. Alright, so we got 3 curved window elements. Get our window panes in there. Go. we go. All right. Got all those window panes in, and then let's get the other ones. I mean, I don't know a lot of art history myself, so I really couldn't say what the style is, but I have seen the style. You know, in movies or advertising or something like that. Someone who's actually knowledgeable on art history could probably tell you, though. There we go. Alright, get our rounded windows in there. Let's turn it back around. And a turquoise 2x2 and a pair of beige 1x2 bricks. And a bright yellow 2x2 tile with center stud on top there. Alright, we've got some half arches. 2 1x1 bricks beneath them. White 1x2 plate. And a beige 1x1 on the back cutout. There we go. And there we go. Alright, so we got the 2 of these done. There we go. Alright, and then we make another pair of our little window column bracket sections. Let's get that out so that I don't miss it. There we go. I mean, and I should be clear that I'm not saying that it's not modern art. It is. It's just modern abstract art. Like a specific type of modern art. There we go. And there we go. All right, we got the window column sections on either side of the round window part. All right, 1x4 with side studs, light blue 1x2 to 1x2 upward brackets. We get the yellow tile slopes on here. And green and coral for the flowers. And there we go. Alright, now we get lavender for the other side. Or medium lavender, light lavender, I don't know. I mean, it's not light lavender. Light lavender is well, no, this would be lavender. The other one would be lilac. That's right. Alright, got 3 green 1x1s. There we go. And the coral. There we go. Little flower boxes there. Alright, then make our windows. There we go. These feel really a lot stiffer to put in than they used to. I don't know. You'd call the modern art set abstract expressionism? Yeah, but I mean, it's still modern art. It's just like modern art is a big category that encompasses that. But yeah, it feels a little bit of a misnomer. Then again, there's a lot of people who just don't get modern art. I mean, I'm not exactly going to say that I'm one who does get it, but at least I understand, you know, what people are going for and stuff like that, even if it's not my thing. Perhaps we should get Ald the world map or globe as a handy reference for his attempts to navigate back to Aerope, huh? Aerope. I am not familiar with Aerope. Alright, let's see. Yellow on this side. Purple on that side. You saw nothing? Nothing at all? Nothing happened? You definitely did not see this all collapse? You blame my corrupting influence? I think not, sir. Maybe you were saying I was going to conquer Europe, turn it into Europe. No, but see, that only works in Suikoden 2. You know? Where you get the adventures of Akdol. How we doing tonight? I am doing pretty well. How are you, Rectangle Jones? I mean, for myself, I kind of want the modern art set for what a lot of other LEGO fans want it for, existing LEGO fans, and that is a parts pack. It has lots of nice pieces in it. Can't wait for the remasters of Suikoden 1 and 2 to get released. Luca is such a jerk. I do not know what prompted that, Nadaroge AI. Trying to stay cool with the temps as they've been? Yeah. There are some places that it has been just super duper hot for quite a while, like El Paso and Phoenix, I think. There we go. And then the beige 1x3s. Oh, Luca Blight. Yeah. I mean, yeah, like, saying that he's a jerk is kind of an understatement. He's kind of an evil bastard monster kind of thing, you know? Alright, and then we get some of our rail plates on here. There we go. You used your B-word allotment earlier on Traitorous Vassals. There are other words, though, like monster, like evil. It can be descriptive rather than just invective. There we go. Pour out a bag number 6. mean, I think what they did, like, having him be the early villain kind of thing, I think that worked out pretty well as a case of, like, you really hate him, and then when it turns out, oh, he's not actually going to be the villain of the main game, you know, it's kind of like, I don't know how to feel now. Google's Luca Blight. Oh, you haven't seen my Suikoden 2 Let's Play, huh? I would recommend it, Mad Martin. To be fair, you do have a lot of other possible things to watch on my channel too. You came to the Aldverse after that was done. Well, the good news is that it's still there. All right, sticker would go on the inside of this. You got to hear me, like, you've missed me doing a Valley Girl voice. Ald would recommend all of his content. That's true, I would. Now, I will say that I do recommend some things over others. Like, I mean, like, there are some things that are particular favorites of mine. Get a keyboard there. And a pair of headlight bricks and a 1x1 tile with a round end for the mouse. I'd recommend highly the Baldur's Gate playthrough where he goes through the D&D books he has and goes, "That's baloney." Oh man. I had someone unsubscribe from my channel over those. That was that was kind of funny, actually. So basically, I was pointing out that there was some incorrect lore in the geography, and I even verified it by going to what Ed Greenwood had to say. Yeah, basically, so he was like, "Oh my god, you're just nitpicking, you just don't like this thing, you're just nitpicking." And I'm like, especially to this guy who was like, "This is so good," and blah, 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 you know, like, and then, like, I actually went and found Ed Greenwood's comments that proved me correct. And he unsubscribed. Oh well. What geography was wrong? So basically, they made sections of the Sword Coast kind of like Southeast USA. Badlands, like dry rather than sandy deserts with mesas and, you know, like very much like the southeast of the United States. Cacti as well. And I went and found Ed Greenwood, like, and I was complaining. I was saying, this is not the geography here. There's no cacti in this region. Southwest, yes, sorry. The American Southwest. And the guy is just like, "Oh, you're just nitpicking, it doesn't matter, blah, blah, blah." And I'm like, I mean, ultimately, it doesn't really matter that much, but if people are going to praise a game highly, then it should be able to withstand part of it is just like, if you're going for a game that's trying to get the look of areas correct and stuff like that, then it does matter. And I went and found someone had like tweeted at Ed Greenwood asking, where would you find a region like the American Southwest? And he listed a bunch of regions that were not the Sword Coast. The Sword Coast is like Europe in terrain features and stuff like that. And not even like northern and central Europe, not even Spain. Those were rather boring bits of the map. Sure, but I mean, part of it is just like, I would have found it more interesting if it were accurate, so it doesn't matter if it was boring or not. I mean, like, I'm pretty sure that they just wanted to make it all varied. And that's what was going on, essentially. But just make it accurate. Watch a bit of a preview of the Baldur's Gate 3 that's coming up. It certainly looks good. Ultimately, you don't know the lore, etc. enough to comment on that part. Well, they created a whole new type of spelljamming ship that didn't exist prior, and they did it simply because it looked cool, and that is now canon. So I'm not a fan of that. And yeah, it is separate from the previous Baldur's Gates. It just takes place there, and of course it's 100 years later as well. I'm sure Minsk will show up because Minsk got petrified. So, all right, we're gonna put other parts on here. That's not a standard Nautilus, no. That didn't even exist as an idea for a Nautilus until after that was done. Nautiluses are just wooden ships that have a really unique appearance. They are not in any way organic. They are not based on organic. They're not using shells of anything. They do not move like that. But someone was basically like, wouldn't it be cool if... Yeah, let's do it. I mean, there's no requirement for the game to be connected, so that part doesn't bother me that much. I mean, certainly some ballspawn could still be alive, so they could have included that. But at the same time, I don't find the ball storyline all that interesting anyway, so. So a Nautilus can be powered by what's called a pool helm, which is a pool that has immature illithid tadpoles in them. Yes. Those are typically used for larger vessels like the Dreadnought, though. But yeah, they can have that as a helm. I doubt it would look the way that it did there. I mean, I've never liked the idea of Ceramorphosis anyway, so, you know, there's that. Baldur's Gate. How do you want them to reproduce? Basically the way that it was always expected that they did up until the Illithiad in 2nd edition, which was just that they produce tadpoles, and those tadpoles eventually grow up to be full-sized Illithids. They were originally just an amphibious race. But you gotta make them even more evil. So here's my problem with the method of this method of reproduction. It requires the death of another creature, and not like, you know, a lot of insects that lay their eggs in a dead host kind of thing, where they can just find something that has just died. It requires killing an individual. That makes it very hard to have any sort of redemption. When was the Illithiad written? Mid to late 90s. From what you've seen, not a fan of most of the companions. The Githyanki lass is a Githyanki. The half-elf is just a wannabe Viconia. The wizard is kind of too full of himself. Only really like the warlock and the fabulous one. I know absolutely nothing about any of the companions. I mean, Viconia could still be alive. And those are probably just the companions that show up at that early part of the game, too. There's probably going to be others. Because only, like, the first section of the game has been made available. One of the questions that had popped up on Google, what happens if you eat a Mind Flayer? Alright, and a pure black, large flag that would have, let's see, this very abstract artwork design on it. Probably tastes like squid, though. Maybe? Squid aren't amphibians, though. There we go. They probably taste gross, yeah. Minsk is still alive, so anyone can still be alive. Yeah, and that's, like... That's one of my complaints about kind of how they handled the whole time jump, is that it's like, hey, let's have a time jump so that we can start fresh and people don't have to, you know, worry, oh, dude, you know, I have to buy all of this stuff. You know, there's all this existing stuff, which you never need to buy, ever. And then it's like, all right, so we do that. Oh, but then what about everyone's favorite people? Oh, so they have to somehow survive. Minsk got petrified and then unpetrified. Mert the Moneylender got polymorphed into an intelligent axe for 100 years or something. To be fair, a lot of people are long-lived or immortal. And wizards and stuff like that, so you could just be like, I mean, they're wizards, you know. A wizard did it for their own life extension. But, Volo is a wizard, but not a very powerful one. But he also knows a lot of powerful people. Most of them don't like him too much, though. On the other hand, I could definitely see Elminster keeping him alive and being like, it's for your own good, Volo. I'll be teaching you a lesson with this. You ask about him because they made at least one Volo's Guide? Yeah, Volo's Guide to Monsters. But then again, they've just done that as a way to tie in things. You got Fizban's Guide to Dragons. You've got Mordenkainen's Tome of Foes. I think they had an Elminster one. They've got Bigby's a Bigby book coming up. It's just branding. Xanathar, Tasha. That's right. Yeah. Did they have an Elminster one? Oh, 2 Mordenkainen books? Yeah, and they're not in any way tied. Like, you get the Mordenkainen book, and all right, it was Mordenkainen's Tome of Foes and Mordenkainen's Guide to the Multiverse or something like that. I don't know. Like, they're not actually written by these people. They're not really tied into those people. They're not really tied into those worlds. And that's like, I don't know. That's not a fan. All right, let's see. Extra pieces: a clear 1x1 cylinder tile, a black 1x1 cylinder plate, white 1x1 plate with round end, lavender and blue 1x1 quarter cylinder tiles, an azure 1x1 cylinder tile with a top peg, a white microfigure, a black 3L bar, a bright green 3-leaf plant, and a black bar with clip. Those are the extra pieces there. And finally, bag number 7. I wonder if they can't do an Elminster book without Ed Greenwood's permission or something. I don't know. Alright. Bag number 7. This is the last bag. Alright, 2 gray 1x3 tiles. Before you forget, you absolutely love the visuals so far for Live Alive. Yeah, they're really nice. I have some minor nitpicks, but it's more of a stylistic thing, so meh. But yeah, it's really nice. Probably can't. Ed had a lot of control since he made it himself and then ported it to D&D. Well, yeah, but he also sold it to them. And they obviously have enough control to time jump and kill lots of characters and stuff like that, so. I think his requirement was to be able to write books or something like that. I'm not sure if that's even still applies. It's always possible that they have changed, like, they've paid him to be able to change the terms and stuff like that. I don't know. There's another beige 1x3, and finally, there is the inverted arch. Alright, pair of white 1x2 plates. I try to be careful about how much I actually rant about things like that, because, like, A, it doesn't affect me. I got my D&D, and it's not going away. Admittedly, I'm not getting anything new for it, but, you know, and other people like it. I can complain about certain things and stuff like that, but ran into a weird D&D thing for original D&D, a supplement called Carcosa. Offhand, I am not familiar with it. Are you sure it's an official supplement? Is there a longer name for it? I mean, I don't know all of the basic adventures and stuff like that, but until they send the Pinkertons to confiscate my D&D, yeah, they would just be sending me cease and desists. if anything. I'm loving all of the sand green here. Big fan. Yeah, I don't know what this Carcosa thing that you're talking about is. I know, isn't it a lovely shade, Mad Martin? It's so good. It was older than basic, had some odd mechanics. I mean, then you're talking like 74 or maybe 75, if that. Looks like almost old chainmail. All you know about Carcosa is that it's tied to Hastur in some fashion. I don't know. There we go. Got all the 1x1 plates on. There we go. And then get some round top pieces. I mean, what's in this product? Had a bunch of Lovecraftian stuff and aliens set on the eponymous world. Are you sure it's TSR? Of 1x2x2 panels, sort of a setting. I have not heard of it offhand, so I don't know that it's an official setting. There are some like semi-official settings, like Tecumel, I think, but I don't recall that one being one. I mean, there was a lot of stuff published or semi-published for D&D before they got super litigious as well. All right, let's get that on there and that on there. Beige 2x2 and 1x3 plates. Alright, another pair of the larger round top half arch pieces. You'll have to find where you put it. I mean, I would expect there to be a website that lists it somewhere. If it's official. Or even if it's semi-official. There we go. Alright, now we get the inverted 1x3 half arches. There we go. And also 1x1 plates on top of there. There we go. Alright, and another pair of round top bricks up there. There we go. Alright, and get another 1x2x2 clear panel there. All right, and then we get the sand green hubs. Get all of these put on, these 3. There we go. So that's what those panels are for. Getting some nice arches over the windows. All right, and cap them all off with 2x2 round top bricks. There we go. All right, and that fits in right up here. So we have no actual ceiling on that top section. All right, Mad Martin, have a good rest of your night. 5:30 comes early. Have a good night, all you secret lithids. We will. And we will be sure to eat your brain last. All right. Round top bricks there. On the sides. Joke's on you. You won't find one. Well, I guess you can survive then. I guess. But you're a voodoo doll. That's true. You are made of straw. Independently published for the 1974 version of D&D. Yeah, okay. So it's not TSR. There we go. And that goes right there. And we have the smaller wheel hub fender right there. Well, it's not exactly ancient. The Roll-Aids books were sometimes decent with AD&D. Yeah, I've heard good things about them. I did pick up one, and I wasn't a fan of what it did with the humanoids. I specifically got it when I was writing the early deities for the humanoids. I mean, it wasn't, like, bad. It just wasn't where I would go. I would have gone and stuff like that. And this white 2x2 down there. So I didn't end up using any of that material. Treating it as canon kind of thing, so. There we go. A clock face sticker would go on there. Alright, these pieces were originally like Unikitty tails, but they're really lovely pieces for all kinds of decorations as they end up being used here. Unikitty from the Lego movie, I should clarify. Had one weird mechanic that stuck with you. You actually rolled your hit dice each combat, and damage lost you hit dice that you'd have to recover. Yeah, I kind of wonder if that's like someone not understanding how it was supposed to work or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, it's kind of weird. All right, so we can extend out our pencil here. There we go. And then half pin, friction pin, pearl silver 1x1 cone, and a purple dagger tooth element for a brush. I really like that. And then the 4x4 round corner tile element from the Mario sets, right there. I think it was intentional, as they noted, if you got Lucky Cthulhu might roll badly on his giving you a shot to kill him. Yeah, but it might have also been a misunderstanding of how hit points and hit dice worked. Or, yeah, it could have just been, hey, let's try out this different method of doing things. I don't know. Alright, get some orange leaves on here. I like the fall colors here. This is lovely, lovely shades. Get a brown 3L bar in the arm piece. Had some cool artifacts though. And cap it off with a yellow leaf element. There we go. Let's go ahead and get the tree in there. There we go. Alright, spare parts. An azure 1x1 plate and a sand green 1x1 plate. Gray half pin. Brown 3L bar. And a purple dagger tooth element. Alright. So, this is the art school building. It's very nice. It has a very French architecture look to it, which is just absolutely fantastic. I really like the way it looks. I love the little, like, the pencil and the paintbrush there. I especially like the use of this dagger element for the paintbrush. It's very, very cool. And the nice columns here and the lovely roof section. There would be some art on that side, but then you got some hanging art on this side, which is kind of neat. I like that. And then on the interior, I really like that it has a whole bunch of different, like, it's not just limited to one type of art here. You've got photography up here. This is supposed to be a either backdrop or some sort of like hanging, cloth hanging. A little table to do photography on. You've got a camera and a separate lens, a light, 3D printing over here. And down here you've got sculpture, and then sewing and dressmaking. And then down here you've got your lockers and your little break room. It's very cool. Has a lot of neat features, and it's like the style of building is very much in with the open back and everything like that. This would fit into like 80s and 90s Lego buildings pretty well. The difference being that you would not have gotten this kind of exterior, not just because of the pieces, but they just weren't quite as design conscious, I think. But very, very nice. I love the arches and columns around the windows. I love the roof line with the sand green especially. It's just really, really nice. I'm a big fan of that. The fall foliage for this tree and some of the plants using the clown hair as bushes. It's very cool. Very cool. So I'm pretty happy with this set. Let's see. Yeah, all right. So I had a really nice time building it. It's very nice. A lot of stickers, which would enhance the appearance that, you know, I don't put on, but I was in this for the architecture, really, so I'm pretty happy with that. Definitely might use this kind of window design in another building at some point if I ever do some building in that vein. But yeah, so it's very thin though. Like, it is a very thin building, but that's kind of, I mean, that's Lego for you. A lot of different things you can do inside though, which is very nice as well. Anyway, that is going to be it for this session. We will be back on Friday for some more Final Fantasy IV Pixel Remaster, and then we will finish up our corner garage Friday night. Yeah, you can send it to me. It's fine. I don't think I'd do much with it, though, especially with Cthulhu not really being available in D&D these days. I'm also not a huge fan of Elder Evil as a concept, so... but yeah, so we'll be back on Friday. We'll be back on Saturday for some more Spelljammer. We'll be back on Monday for more Tears of the Kingdom. And next Wednesday, we will return to more Uncharted Waters, New Horizons, and some more Lego building in the evening. I also want to remind you all that on Saturday the 22nd, Zerfall is hosting his charity stream. That will be starting at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. So we'll be going right in from Spelljammer. And I will be joining him. We'll be having 12 hours of like multiplayer games and, you know, like raising money for a good cause, the MS Bike Ride of Canada, to support the fight against multiple sclerosis. So if you are available that Saturday, no need to stay for the whole time or even donate. Just come out and support us. We would really greatly appreciate that, and it should be a blast. So I'm really looking forward to it. I hope you guys are too. I want to thank you guys for coming on out, and I will be back next time. See you then, everyone.